Andrei. Thank you. Thanks to all colleagues who took the opportunity to join our meeting. Ukraine is facing a crisis in renewables and in the energy sector as a whole in general. Having its own specifics, the problem is not unique for Ukraine, and it's important for us to hear and to understand the European context and the context of our partners in Europe. Moreover, foreign investors are actively working in Ukraine in the sector, in renewables, and have their own interests. And it's very important for Ukraine to develop foreign investment sector for the whole economy of the country. So we invited representatives of embassies to be able to hear their opinion, probably their views, experiences in the fields of development, renewables, and energy sectors. One of the reasons of the crisis, as we see it in Energy Club, is a lack of communications and maybe even a lack of transparency of decisions in the sector. It's quite usual for the energy sector in Ukraine to be not very transparent, and the procedures and the decisions are made mostly undercover. So I think we have some results of such history of covered, not transparent decisions. And we came to the situation that not only policymakers, but our people, our businesses not quite understand the importance of energy transition, the importance of challenge of the general need to develop green energy sources and so on. So we see from the side of Energy Club huge importance of improved communications. The Energy Club is actively involved in the process of finding solutions to see the way out of this crisis. And we plan a number of communication activities, and not only activities in itself, but we see opportunities to form at least draft decisions and to show these ways to key stakeholders, to policymakers. So please join us with your ideas of the ways which we could explore. Thank you. Well, I think the main problem which was mentioned, that the words do not come along with actions. Yeah? We can hear a lot of announcements about future possibilities, opportunities for Ukraine in the new green recovery movement. Yeah, even with the new developments in the field of hydrogen production, hydrogen transportation, and so on. But on the ground, we do not see clear messages for the investors, both foreign and local, that it is secure to invest even in those technologies that are available, yeah, and not to invest, but to secure the investments that are already done. So we hear a lot of voices towards unification of movements in Ukraine with the movement in Europe towards green transformation, but not much of an activities. So I guess this is the main problem. Do we have a clear and real strategy, and do we have real actions coming along with this strategy? I guess we can conclude that this is the main issue, because we can discuss a lot of nice ideas, you know, how to use our energy capacities to produce clear hydrogen, to transit it to Europe and so on, to have billions of investments to these capacities, but it's just talks. And recently we had the new information about possible troubles with taxations, with profit taxations, and so on. And those are not the messages which investors want to hear usually, you know. And I guess this is the point. Prior to sum up our meeting, I want to resonate some messages from previous speakers. I want to mention that we need to have even a broader view on Ukrainian and on the energy system in Ukraine. Not only in production sector, you know, we need a huge amount of investment, and both in electricity and the gas sector to meet even the idea of those opportunities in new energy, green energy transitions. We need huge amounts of investments in the systems of electricity distribution, gas distribution, and gas transition, so on. And thinking of such challenges, it's hard to imagine how we can face it with the history, with such a history with renewables, you know. So it's an issue of high importance for Ukraine to point the clear ways out of this crisis, and to move towards green transitions with our partners, and thank you, Tatiana, for mentioning that we have signed documents with EU, and we have signed documents with agreements with energy community. We have tough obligations to meet. So thank you, colleagues, for joining this quick start of talks, and we hope to proceed with the issue and to communicate it more thoroughly and in more high quality manner. Thank you very much. Let's unite now and work together to face the challenges. Thank you.